In this lesson, we'll conclude a review of PSAT Writing Test 2, Section 4. We're on the fourth and final passage, Cleveland rocks for artists, and we're on question number 39. One exception to this trend is Cleveland, Ohio. Semicolon, a great place for artists. So this is a punctuation question. One exception is Cleveland, and then we have explaining it, a great place for young artists. And if you look at the choices, you almost might want to have a colon after Cleveland, Ohio, because, right, we've got this independent clause, and then we're giving a description of it. We don't have that as a choice. You certainly don't have the colon after the is, and you don't have a semicolon because that would separate two independent clauses, and you don't have parentheses here. There's not even another closed parentheses. This is the M dash, the long dash, which really serves like a colon. We list this city, and then we explain it's a great place. The M dash is perfectly fine, and so the answer here is C. Once a center for manufacturing, Cleveland still boasts a well-maintained infrastructure, though many factories and jobs have moved overseas. The city is working hard to attract artists. In 2013, it hosted a Welcome to Cleveland weekend, providing a steep discount for hotels, paying fully for ground transportation, and offering an array of meals and free cultural events to artists who are willing to visit and consider moving to Cleveland. And so 40, again, if you read this, this is all, we've got welcome to Cleveland and Cleveland boasts. Moving to Cleveland. Do we really need to state moving to Cleveland, like the city name again? Don't we really could just say moving there, right? I think this Cleveland, definitely it's repetitive. And so it's just moving there. We've already established several times that it's Cleveland. All right, and now we're on question number 41. Perhaps the real sign of welcome is Cleveland's artist housing plan. Homes will be sold to qualifying artists at prices similar to an economy car. And so question 41, a very common question. You have to be careful here. Homes sold to artists at prices similar to a car. You can't compare prices to a car. You have to be parallel. Now, we don't see prices of an economy car, but you can use a pronoun. It is it that or those? You have to ask yourself. Prices is plural, those is plural, that is singular. And so this is kind of a tricky question. It's D here. You've got to be parallel and compare the same elements. We can use a pronoun, but the pronoun has to be plural. It agrees with prices. And so the answer for 41 is D. Cleveland may be doing the most to attract the creative class, but many other smaller cities, including Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Corvallis, Oregon, and Burlington, Vermont, are following its lead. All right, this is possessive. Whose lead? It's Cleveland. That is singular, and it's without the apostrophe. And so the answer for 42 is no change. Remember, this is they are. It's a contraction. This is it is another contraction. This is there. There have to be a plural subject, which we don't have. All right, and let's take a look at 43. Just going to scroll down. We'll do the last two. So at the end here, at this point for 43, the writer is considering adding this following sentence. So right here at the very end, in many cases, communities that are arts friendly are bicycle friendly too, should the writer add the sentence. Remember, we were just listing how Cleveland is really making an effort to bring artists to its community and has all these amenities, but now we're adding communities considering that are arts friendly or bicycle. You should recognize this really isn't relevant, right? You always want to ask yourself, is it relevant right here? And it's just, even though it's tangentially related, there's no reference to it. You certainly don't want to end the paragraph because we just at the end, the way it is now, we were just comparing other cities following its lead, but then putting this bicycle fact, it really is not relevant. So you'll always have two yeses and two no's. Should we add it? It's definitely going to be a no. It adds a loosely related detail. The writer doesn't want to connect the claims made in the paragraph. This looks good. It just doesn't really fit. No, it should be placed instead in the final paragraph to support the claim that artists can live well in smaller cities. No, okay, again, this is not on point. It's just a loosely related detail. So the answer is C. And the final question, number 44. If you're an artist trying to reach an audience, move to a place where you can live well and where you are needed. Don't undermine smaller cities, such as Cleveland, as you search for your place of inspiration. This is a diction question. Don't undermine smaller cities. Now, undermine means to weaken, and this doesn't fit at all in context. It's really this last paragraph reaching out to potential artists. If you're an artist looking for a place to move, don't blank smaller cities such as Cleveland. You should be able to predict it. It's like, don't disregard, right? Don't disregard smaller cities such as Cleveland. You should consider them. So if you look at the choices, we have don't blow off, which is too casual. Don't give the cold shoulder to. No, it's don't discount. Don't discount. Don't disregard smaller cities such as Cleveland as you search for your place of inspiration. So the answer is B.